Hi, it's that fantasy chick back for another stream, back with another stream. And we're going to be talking about, I watched uh, some more episodes of Miss Marvel. I actually sat down and watched some. But first, I want to talk about the San Diego Comic Con. They are going through some changes this year. And this year's San Diego Comic Con will not be the same. And I wonder what's it like for people who've already bought their tickets. Are they feeling frustrated? Are they still looking forward to going, or are they looking for refunds? So, as always, I have an article. Okay. So San Diego Comic Con loses more big names after Marvel drops out. Sony, Netflix, HBO, Universal also won't have panels at the convention, which had its first year back post pandemic in 2022. So last year. After taking 2020 and 2021 off for obvious reasons, San Diego Comic Con felt almost like the good old days when it returned for 2022. But 2023 has brought some new challenges for the long running convention thanks to the ongoing WGA strike. The strike strikes again. And the likely SAG after strike. Many major studios and streamers will be sitting this one out. Earlier this week, we learned that Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios would not be taking over Hall H for their traditional star-studded onslaught of announcements, one of the most sought-after panels for fans, and always one of the biggest excitement getters at SDCC. Now you know. Now you can add more no shows to the list, as Variety reports, with no talent available to represent movies or series. Writers have been on strike since the start of May, and actors will likely go on strike June 30th. So, wow. So that's this Friday? Yes. There'll be no panels for Disney, Marvel, or Lucasfilm, no HBO, no Sony Pictures, no Universal Pictures, and no Netflix. Still on the fence is Warner Brothers, which has some big ticket DC releases coming up. If I were them, I'd do it. They'll be the pick of the con if they do it. The trade at least reports that the company's streaming service Max is planning on bringing some animation titles to the convention. Also, while Paramount Pictures will tout its new animated release, um, or will be touting its new animated release, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, its streamer Paramount Plus has yet to commit to panels for its Star Trek shows. San Diego Comic Con kicks off July 19th and wraps up July 21st. And we'll surely be learning more about just what'll be on tap this year as that time frame draws nearer. Okay. So there is so many things. So many people are just not coming because of this writer strike, and then this actor strike that most likely will be happening Friday. Um, It's like you never thought if the strike affecting the shows, yes. The strike affecting the cons, no. You never think, oh, that's a picket line I never thought they would have to worry about crossing, but it makes sense. It's still work. It's promoting work. It's yeah. So people are like, well, we don't have nothing to promote, so we're dropping out. Warner Brothers should go because they have all these DC releases. They can take over Hall H and be the big man on campus. Be the big man, be the big fish in the little pond, Warner Brothers. Be the big fish in the little pond. There's no Marvel there to shut you out. So go there and talk about Blue Beetle and Aquaman. Oh, bring James Gunn and talk about all his upcoming. This would be a great place to just talk about all his upcoming plan and what's been done so far and blah 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 blah. This would be great to sort of make it official, but they won't take advantage of that because they're Warner Brothers. They take advantage of nothing. but breaking people's hearts. But yeah, so I feel sorry for the people who've already bought tickets. I mean, it's kind of late. It's less than a month to go, so mostly everybody has bought tickets. Although people have been dropping out along the line, but now that Marvel's dropped out, who's gonna be there? Because they can fill it up with a bunch of side panels, but for San Diego Comic Con, the big ticket is going there to see the studios and to see movies and to see TV shows. And if they're not coming, if the movies and the TV shows are not coming, that's like the biggest draw for San Diego Comic Con. Last time I went to that was probably 2011. It was a different world, pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, I went to San Diego Comic Con, and I've been trying to get back since. I'm hoping this strike does not affect the con. It didn't affect C2E2. I hope it doesn't affect the con that I go to later on this year because it's a much bigger one. I mean, not a much bigger one, a much, as far as days are concerned, it lasts longer. And I hope the strike doesn't affect that the way it's affecting San Diego Comic Con because my heart would be broken. So this is my first time at this con, and I don't want my experience to be hampered by the strike. So I'm don't get me wrong, I am on the side of the writers and the actors. I just want my con experience. So, okay. So, but poor San Diego. Man, I really wonder what it's going to be like. I'm gonna have to watch the see if people live tweet it and see what it's gonna be like. Follow the live tweets and see what the vibe is. I'm just glad I didn't buy tickets because I would have been Thoroughly upset. Um, thoroughly upset. But we can try again next year, or probably the year after next will probably be the safest year. Well, next year will probably be good. All of this will be over and done with by next year. So next year will be a good year to go. Okay, on to Miss Marvel. So I watched two more episodes, and so where we left off, she was where I left off. She was running away from the FBI or whatnot, and she got picked up by the boy she thought was cute, and this woman that she saw in a vision who turned out to be his mom. And I was wondering, were they related? Was that her great grandmother? Blah, blah, blah. Wasn't her great grandmother, but was a woman who was a friend of her great grandmother's. So this woman was as old as her great grandmother, but she just didn't age. Turns out it wasn't just her, it was a whole group of them called the clandestines. And he really is 17 years old, but the rest of them are about over 100. And they're from another dimension that they're trying to get back to, or so they say. But it turns out her running from the FBI and hooking up with the clandestines turned out to be going from the frying pan into the fire, because they want her to do something they want her to perform some sort of ritual that's very, very dangerous that could, kill her in order to get them to go home. But eventually you find out, oh no, they're not trying to go home. They're trying to open up the dimension so they can release their dimension on Earth until it wipes out all of Earth, and the dimension is just their dimension. So, oh wow. It's like it can never be just simple. It can never be simply, I want to go home. It always has to be world domination. World domination is always, always at hand. But the woman eventually abandoned her son because she got mad at him because he went to go warn Kamala that they were coming for her, and that they was gonna, they was gonna hurt her and all of her family because she was at her brother's wedding, and they was coming to the banquet hall, so she had to pull the fire alarm and get everybody to leave and fight. And had this fight with them, and the fight went on until she had, the woman grabbed her arm with a bangle on it, and they had a vision of seeing this train coming towards them. And then the FBI or whatnot came in and started shooting at them. She and Bruno gets away, and they arrest the rest of the clandestines and takes them out of there. While everybody sits outside wondering where's Kamala. So, and so when she gets home, her grandmother's like, hey, you need to come here. You need to come here to Pakistan right now. And tell her, she's like, I know you saw the train because I saw it too. So I don't know how the grandmother convinced the mother to come, but the grandmother convinced the mother to come to Pakistan and to bring Kamala with her. And so Kamala goes. She goes to Pakistan, and the mother's like, yeah, she knew all along that her mother was from another dimension, that they were jinn, and blah blah blah, and this and that. Her father told her what they were, so her father knew what her mother really was, um, which is interesting. So, and eventually she tells her, you need to find your way to the train. So she goes out with her cousins, and then she was like, "Oh, I really want to see the train station." And they're like, "Well, we're gonna go have coffee with a friend, so you go find your way." So she makes her way to to the train station, and she meets homeboy uh, from this group called the Red Daggers. They fight at first, but then he realizes what she is, who she is. She's Aisha's granddaughter. And that's the thing that I'm wondering. What happened to Aisha? Where is Aisha? Because they're still around. They're still there. Where is Aisha? What happened to her? And why did she disappear if they're still here? And especially because if her daughter somehow got the bangle that she found and that she used with her powers, how did her daughter get that bangle? What happened to her? I have so many questions. And there's only 2 more episodes. So I don't know if these questions are going to be answered about the great grandmother. Um, so so the guy she fights, and once he realizes she's Aisha's granddaughter, he takes her back to the secret hideout, the Red Dagger Society or whatnot. And the older guy there, basically breaks it down, tells her what's really going on, and who she really is, and what they're really trying to do, you know, spread their dimension over the earth and destroy the earth, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, um, not the first time she's there. She goes home, but she comes back a second time. And the second time she's there, the clandestine had broke out of FBI jail, and they made it to Pakistan mighty quickly, I may add. Because I feel like they broke out. I feel like they broke out that night, and the next day they were in Pakistan. But whatever. Mighty quickly, they're jumping through the roof, coming down on her, and so that creates this big chase scene. And she basically, they chase, and a couple of people end up dying until finally the woman, the leader of the group, the boy's mother, takes a knife and stabs the bangle, and somehow this sends Kamala into what I'm pretty sure is the past. And she lands on some train tracks in front of the train, and people are getting on the train. And I think it's the partition that they keep talking about. I think so. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure she's now stuck in the past. I have no idea how she's going to make her way back to the future. So It's interesting. Um, it is starting to grab me, and I am more engaged. I've become more engaged in these last couple of episodes than I were in the first two. So it does sort of it does become more engaging as the series go. Um, yeah. So yeah, it was better than I thought it was going to be. Well, not that I thought it was going to be bad. I knew it was good, but I didn't realize it was going to be this good. I thought it was going to be okay. But it's good. It's really good. And I like it. And I'm glad I'm watching it now and it's giving me time to watch it before the Marvels come into play. And I'm really going to be interested in to see how she fits in with the Marvels. That's going to be interesting. Um, Maybe that's something that happens on the last episode, but we'll see. You know how they like to use these TV shows to set up backstory and set stuff up so they don't have to do all that work in a movie, which is a good idea. So, okay, so that's all for Miss Marvel. I'll be talking about her again next Monday because Wednesday is the birthday stream. Birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So, birthday stream. Bring drinks. We will be drinking on the stream. We'll be talking about Superman and Lois, Invasion, and most likely Gotham Knights too. I'm going to say most likely I'm going to sit through the very last episode because I'm interested to see um, do they get free, especially now that you know that they've been canceled. So so it'll be interesting to see how they wrapped up this series that's never going to come back ever. So we'll talk about Gotham Knights. And but since I haven't been watching it, probably it'd be very small Gotham Knights. But Superman and Lois, an Invasion, and a little bit of Gotham Knights, maybe some other things because it's my birthday stream. I don't know what those other things are yet. I still need to plan. I want to have, sort of a party like atmosphere for the birthday stream. But so prepare for at least a fun stream. I'm gonna try to prepare to do a fun stream for Wednesday. So Wednesday's the birthday stream, Friday's another video, and Monday I'll bring back Miss Marvel. Okay. So in the meantime, thanks for watching.